We have a few hundred rioters that are participating in 5 different riots along the border between Israel and Gaza. As of now, no major activities, no major threats towards our friends, but the IDF is deployed along the border with sufficient forces in order to make sure that the Hamas isn't possible or doesn't have the ability to break through the security fence and to use these riots for their terror purposes. Our security infrastructure, nothing comes across. That's our main objective. What I see on the other side. If we were closer, you would see not people milling about. You would see Molotov cocktails, you would see stones flying, and you would see other means used by the rioters trying to hit Israeli soldiers and trying to sabotage the Israeli security fence. So it is by no means a peaceful demonstration. It is a riot using violent means. The purpose of this riot, as per what Hamas is saying, the organizing organization, what they're saying is that they want to erase the border, they want to penetrate into Israel. We know from past months' activities that they're trying to use these riots as a disguise, as a vehicle to penetrate, open up the fence, and then to insert terrorists into Israel. I'll just remind you that we have a community here, an Israeli community, Nahal Oz, which is just a few hundred meters away from the border. And that is what the IDF is defending. We are making sure that the Hamas won't have the ability to push through those defenses or sabotage them for a future use and not to threaten Israeli civilians. All of those events are being reviewed as well, but it's important to emphasize when you look at the casualties that are involved here, 10 out of 16 casualties, 10 out of 16 dead participants in these riots were active members of Hamas or other terrorist organizations here in the Gaza Strip. That goes to show, and it really tells the story, what we have here. We are not seeing demonstrators milling about. We're seeing an actively organized riot spearheaded by Hamas operatives trying to sabotage our infrastructure. In order to make sure that people understand, rioters on the other side understand. I'm of course still cautious about what we're seeing today, but we're seeing less activity than we saw last Friday. That might be as a result of what the other side understands. Hamas is, after all, responsible for what happens inside the Gaza Strip. It bears responsibility for any aggression against Israel, but it is also responsible for the civilians in Gaza. They probably understand that there is a price to instigating this type of violence against Israel, and I'm sure that they're also reviewing their activities. Said and warned that you can do it not far away specific sharpshooters or snipers as a specific person.